Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your...
I didn't kill my wife!
It was the one-armed man!
Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by Squarespace, and I've been using Squarespace for JaredPolin.com for well over 10 years.
10 years!
The reason I've been using Squarespace for my own portfolio for that long is it's just so damn simple to use. It's simply drag, drop, and go. No coding needed. I still don't know coding. I'm never gonna know coding. In fact, it took less than 5 minutes to put up this gallery of my poison photos back in the summer. It doesn't get more simple than that. And I know you can have your very own photo website up in a matter of minutes. For real, give it a try. To get your 14-day free trial, head on over to squarespace.com/FroKnowsPhoto. And if you decide that it's for you, use your code FroKnowsPhoto at checkout to get 10% off your first order. First up, a popular photographer, and I use quotes when I say popular because this person is neither a photographer nor popular. Now let me explain. Josh Avery, probably no relation to Josh Stone, has an Instagram account where he posts beautiful portraits along with detailed stories about the people in them. The only problem is they are all made with AI. Now that in itself isn't a problem to me because in fact, I think there is some art and skill that goes into making these a reality. My problem is the lying about them being photos that he took with his Nikons. Yep, he claims that he shoots them with a D810 and 24-70, which we all know is not a portrait lens that would give you the look that he's getting. Regardless of that, he takes to the comment section to thank people for their kind words, all while leading people on to think that he took the photos. He also falsely tags his posts with 1 million photo-related tags to try and cover up his lies. He recently came clean to Ars Technica where he said probably 95% of the followers don't realize that they aren't real photos. I added that they aren't real photos. I'd like to come clean. So now that he's come clean, do you think he will stop making fake images?
No.
He goes on to say, I'm honestly conflicted. My original aim was to fool people to showcase AI and then write an article about it, but now has become an artistic outlet. My views have changed. Well, my views haven't changed. You're a liar.
Liar, liar, your panties on the face.
And liars always get caught. And that makes you also an asshole probably too, but I don't know you, so I don't know if you're actually an asshole.
Nice save.
Plus, now that you've gained some notoriety, you see money signs. I mean, who wouldn't? The truth is, all you needed to do was lead with, I create AI art in the style of photographic portraits and humanize these AI subjects with stories. Even telling the truth, I guarantee you people will still comment that the images are real.
I'm sorry, I'm not real. If you let me, I'll be so real for you.
It's a good thing that Nikon didn't come knocking and offer this guy sponsorship dollars, now isn't it? Next up, Sony has officially announced their 50-1.4 G Master, only a few weeks after Sigma announced their 50-1.4 DGDN. Now I did get my hands on both of these lenses and will have a review/comparison out shortly, putting them head to head. But for now, let me hit you with the Sony specs. Sony's new 50 comes in at 25% lighter and 20% smaller than Sigma's and is basically the same size as the Sony 35-1.4 G. It's a nice feeling small and compact 50 that weighs in at 18.2 ounces or 516 grams. There's 2 custom buttons, lockable aperture ring, and 2 XD linear motors. When I took it out to shoot some basketball at 1.4 on the Sony A1, it crushed. It was slightly faster focusing and more consistent than the new Sigma 50-1.4 and could still get 30 frames per second on the A1, whereas the Sigma is limited to a max of 15 frames per second. Now that's a limitation that Sony puts on it, not Sigma. I also used it to take portraits of our model Sydney and it handled really well. But the big question is, does it handle $450 better than the Sigma? The G Master comes in at $1,300, whereas the Sigma 50-1.4 comes in at $450 less at $849, or 23,419 Canadian dollars.
You guys are dick.
Now for most people, the Sigma will be a fantastic choice. For full-time pros, in my opinion, it's worth it to go with the Sony 1.4 or even move up and get the 1.2. Now I personally bought the 50-1.2 when it came out as as it fits my needs. It's hard for me to tell the hobbyist or up-and-coming photographers that they should go with the Sony over the Sigma, as both are closely matched. Which one would you go with and why? Before I get to the last story, have you checked out our podcast called FroKnowsPhoto Raw Talk? If not, it comes out every Friday. You can get it wherever you listen to podcasts, and it's free.
Totally free.
Really, it's free. To check out the latest episode, head on over to FroKnowsPhoto.com/podcast. And finally, Sigma has officially announced third-party support for the Canon RF line of cameras. Phone call. Oh, I wonder who that could be. Hello? Oh, it's Roberta L. with Canon PR. Yes, Roberta? Oh, hold on, Roberta. It's call waiting. Hold on, someone's there. Hello?
Hello, Jared. How dare you get this story wrong? Canon didn't do this. Nikon did, you idiot. Goodbye.
Whew. She's an angry one. Oh, she's right. Sigma has officially announced native lenses for the Nikon Z mount. This is big news for Nikon, as they not only have their own branded lenses for Z mount, but now have Tamron as well as Sigma. Sigma announced 3 lenses will be coming, and they are the 16 1.4, 30 1.4, and 56 1.4. Now, these aren't what I would consider to be the best of the best with honor, sir lenses.
Best of the best of the best, sir.
I say that because these are actually crop sensor lenses meant for the Z30, Z50, ZFC, or whatever crop sensor cameras Nikon comes out with that has a Z mount. Now, I want to say that Sigma's press release kind of hid the fact that these were crop sensor lenses, except for the fact that it would be like trying to find Waldo in a picture, but they forgot to put Waldo in the actual picture.
Find Waldo yet again.
What I'm saying is the press release didn't mention crop sensors at all. Nonetheless, I wonder if they had to strike a deal with Nikon that limits the type of lenses that they can release, or gives Nikon the final say on what they're able to put out. Now, this is great news for Nikon shooters, and I do expect at some point Sigma will put out full-frame Z-mount lenses that are going to be awesome for people to use, but this does leave us questioning, when will Canon be next?
I don't know.
And there you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. To check out the last fix, go ahead and click on the screen right here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Jared, Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.